Alrighty guys, we're back. So it is time to make ourselves some ore. This could be a pretty short video because most of the work for this video was actually done off camera prior, because it had to do with a lot of counting things up and figuring things out and that sort of thing that I just didn't really kind of want to bore you guys with. So what we have here is a representation of the 5 different types of ore that we can make straight out of mineral sludge. Okay, so we've got sapphirite, we've got jovolite, we've got rubyite, we've got bobmonium, and we've got stiterite. And then if you look down here, this is what we can make from each of those ores. Now these 3 boxes down here represent an ore that we're able to make out of these, but we're not yet making, and that is titanium. If memory serves me right, is what it is. So these columns can also make that. Now, what I was looking at is what can I combine to minimize the number of these ores that I have to make. And right off the bat, this stiterite ore, we're making everything else that we can make with it if we do these 4. So we're already going to be making iron, and we make more iron out of these ones, because if you look, it says we make 3 and 3 and then 2. This one makes 3 copper, 2 and 2. So you know, that one we are making more copper, but so what. Uranium ore, we can make 1 or 1, 3 or 1, 1 or 1. So generally speaking, this stiterite column is just kind of, I don't want to say wasteful, but it's unnecessary. So we're going to get rid of the stiterite column right off the bat. All right, so that leaves us 4 types of ores that we can make from our mineral sludge. And with those 4 types of ores, we're going to be making all of the things that we need to move forward, or not move forward, but kind of shift to the right, in that we're already making them, we're just going to be making them again, but more of them. So there are our 4 different ores, and what I did is I laid down a bunch of crystallizers. I laid down 48 of them. I figure we can do 12 per, and then we can sort out kind of later what's getting backed up, what's not getting backed up, what have you. Next, we'll go out here to the map view. There are, I believe it was 14 different ores. Where are we at? Let's see. Let me make sure here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different ores, right? So I split this up down here into 14 columns, and this is where we're going to set up our mineral production for each of the types of minerals. So the first thing we got to do is make it into ores, and then we're going to split those ores. So we're a little high on this, but then down here is where we're going to do each of our lines, and I kind of wanted to split it up evenly, so I took the time and I drew out where each of these are. Now we're not going to go all the way down. We're probably going to get down to about here maybe or so, because we want to leave room down here for a train depot so that we can ship this stuff out. But that's kind of the preliminaries that we wanted to get done for this, and we got it kind of all laid out. So now we're going to go ahead and lay out our lines. Now I already measured out, we're going to do 12 for each one, that's why 48, and I already measured out 12, 12, and 12, and I just put crates there so that we can kind of split this up and just go ahead and do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to come there, that's going to come there, and then we'll just come out of that. And we're going to do that for each of them. All right. Now, one thing I am going to do Let's go up here and get rid of, and we're just going to throw it in this box. I just want to make sure I have enough room to move stuff around. We picked up this extra ore. We don't need it. Is I'm going to alternate these. A couple of videos back I talked about how we can alternate or we can change where on the belt these set things down. So we're going to go far side of belt, close side of the belt, far side of the belt, close side of the belt, far side of the belt, close side of the belt, okay? And since these are even numbers, what we can do is, I think, nah, maybe not. So that's far side, this is close side. Okay. Oops, shit. Not what I wanted to do, excuse me. We wanted to do this. We wanted to copy that. So this is close side, right? So now we want to right click and we want to go far side, close side, far side, close side, far side, close side, right? And we're going to do that all the way down this line. But I think, let me see if we, oh, excuse me, guys. If we make it as a blueprint, can we have it go ahead and set our inserters for us? Let's see if that changes our inserters for us. Far side, close side. Yes, it does. Okay, so it does change our inserter settings. So we can just go ahead now and just go right down the line. And that should cover us far side, close side. And the reason I'm doing that is so that we get both sides of the belt covered. And then we come down here and it's going to come out and there we go. Bob's your uncle. Right? So now the next thing we got to figure out, or next thing we got to kind of decide upon, is what order we're going to do these in. Because you have things like this where you got two lines that are coming out. They're going to come out with the iron. They're going to come out with the zinc or the nickel and what have you. So you've got a lot of crossovers here. But it looks like it is kind of three groups. So you got this group, and then you got this group, and then you got this group, or four groups really. So I'm thinking if we do kind of the order they're in really, because that keeps the iron together on one side. Now we could potentially flip these two and put this one next to this one, but then that moves the other ones over. I think we're just going to have the crossovers. We're just going to have to do it and have it all go in. We'll just have to leave ourselves some space for gathering it all up. But I think the big one is going to be this iron, because that's 3 for each, 2 for each. The rest of these are like 1s and 2s for the most part. So I think the big ones that we got to keep together, the main one we got to keep together is the iron. So why don't we just do it in the order they are. So it is saphirite, jovolite, rubyite, bobmonium, right? So saphirite, and then jovolite, and then rubyite, and then bobmonium. right? Okay, so now that we've got them set, we got to turn these around because they're facing the wrong direction. Right, there we go. So now, and we're seeing it on both sides of each belt, looks like. Seeing it on both sides of each belt. Yep, there we go. All right. And it appears, let's go towards the middle here, make sure we're getting no delays for any of this. No delays. All right, so I think we got it good to go. So now we have each of our ores. Now we just have to go ahead and build out each of our processing, right? And that I think is going to be in the next episode, because what we're going to do is we will build one of these all the way out to the purified stage, and I think we'll probably start out with the sapphirite. And if we look up here and we go to sapphirite, we are at this point we're just prior to this point right here. We're not crushing it yet, so we're gonna have to crush it, then we're gonna have to make it into chunks, then we're gonna have to do crystals, and then finally purified sapphirite. And at that point, that's where, yeah, tungsten ore, not titanium, it was tungsten ore, was the one that we're not showing because we're not making it yet. So we want to do all of these out to this purified process. And pretty much it is exactly the same for each one of these. You need the exact same equipment. Now you might need a little bit different chemicals, but you need the exact same equipment. So we're going to do one of them, and then we're going to do that on camera, and then from on camera we'll do all the rest of these off camera. 1, 2, 3. We're not doing this one because it is, oh wait a minute, is this stitterite? Yeah, we're not doing the stitterite. We're going to do the sapphirite, we're going to do the jovolite, the rubyite, and the bobmonium. We're not doing the stitterite because that's going to give us the same stuff as the other. We're not doing the crushed cretonium because it is a mix to get the ore for that. You're taking a couple of these other ones and mixing them, and ultimately it's going to give you the same stuff. So we're only going to do those basic 4. All right, and we're going to bring those all the way out to their purified forms. But we're going to do it once for one of these, and then from there we will just duplicate each of them. So there's no sense in doing it on camera for each of these when it's just a duplicate of the next one. But that's going to be the next episode, guys. I just wanted to get this one out of the way. Like I say, pretty short episode, but the reason for it being short is because I did all of the grunt work for it and all of the counting off camera, and just kind of got it out of the way so that we didn't have to wait for it to be, sit here and do it on camera. So that's where we stand, guys. I'm going to go ahead and clean all of this up, and we're going to go from there, and I will see you guys in the next episode. All right, talk to you later. Bye.